What's up YouTube? Today I'm bringing you another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire related video, and this video is a top 5 of my most favorite Mega Evolutions so far. And this is not basically just on how they look and all that, it's also based on how their stats are, what abilities they have and whatnot. So it's kind of like, you know, combined together just to like what my favorite are. So let's start off with number 5. Now, number 5 is going to be Mega Swampert. I'm not a huge fan as to how this thing looks, just because it looks like it went to the gym two times extra. But this thing is absolutely going to be awesome because it gets Swift Swim. And even though, you know, like Rain isn't going to be out there the entire time now, I guess unless you're running like Primal Kyogre, but even though like Rain was kind of nerfed, like this thing could be really useful as a Swift Swim sweeper, and this thing could be really, really good. I think it's going to be a good Mega Evolution. It's going to get some good speed boost, it's going to get a good attack boost and whatnot. This thing is just going to be a good powerhouse sweeper, and I think it's going to do a lot of damage, especially if you're running a good Damp Rock Politoed. So yeah, I really do like Swampert, but now let's get on to number 4. Number 4 is going to be Mega Salamence, and I'm not a huge fan of this thing's design either, and I'm not even a huge fan of this thing's stat boosts. I don't know, it's kind of like a cool design, kind of looks like a UFO though, but this thing is freaking awesome. It has Aerialate, which is going to be huge. But we know that basically this thing did not have any good stab flying moves except for really like fly, on the physical side at least, but now with Aerialate you can run stuff like Double Edge and whatnot, Return, and this thing is just going to be a huge powerhouse hitter. Of course it gets a huge defense boost, which is interesting, so I guess you could just run a really bulky Intimidate defense boost set or something like that, or you can even just put a lot of those EVs in the special defensive side so you can make this thing a little bit more bulky. But yeah, I think this thing is still going to be a pretty good Dragon Dancer, and it gets an awesome ability, and this thing is probably going to end up going Ubers, unfortunately, but still, this thing is just pretty freaking awesome. So, now let's go to number 3. Number 3 is going to be Metagross, and I do like this thing's design. It gets some extra arms, it just looks cool, and it's like floating, even though it doesn't have Levitate. Gets a pretty good ability, of course, which is going to be Tough Claws, which boosts all physical contact moves by 33%. Yeah, pretty freaking good. Stuff like Meteor Mash, Bullet Punch, whatnot, that will get a pretty good boost. Even better than Iron Fist, I guess you could say. I do like its ability, and I do like its design, and I just think it looks cool. I think it's going to do really well. I hope it's an OU, because I definitely think it deserves to be an OU. I think it's a really good Pokemon. We'll just have to see, you know, if it gets any extra moves or anything via move tutors in the next games, but overall, I do like this thing's design and its new ability. Number 2 is going to be Mega Camerupt. First, because I love this guy's design. I mean, every time it evolves, it has this huge smile on it, which is hilarious. I mean, this thing just looks freaking awesome. Of course, it's not like, you know, with its regular evolution, it's just like a volcano, and then when it mega evolves, the volcano erupts and all that. Looks cool. It has a good ability too, and it gets a lot of boosts in its stats except for speed. It just gets slower in speed, which is like, whatever, who cares. But yeah, this thing gets a good ability, Sheer Force, stuff like Fire Blast, Lava Plume, Earth Power, and, you know, even stuff like Flash can really take advantage. Actually, I believe that's all it gets in terms of like Sheer Force moves that can actually be useful on the especially offensive side, but still, pretty good move pool there. You could run like an HP Ice or something like that with it, and it just looks cool. It looks awesome. I really hope this thing does well. I mean, of course, it's still kind of, you know, weakened by that like quad weak effect to water type moves, and it's just, I don't know, but still, I really hope this thing does well. I think it'll probably end up being in UU. Hopefully it will actually go to OU though. I don't think that will happen though, but I'll probably guess that this thing is going to be a UU Pokemon, maybe RU. And number 1, of course, is Mega Sceptile. This thing is freaking awesome. Grass Dragon, one of the typings I was hoping for such a long time. The only thing bad about Grass Dragon is that it's quad weak to ice, like a lot of other dragons are, but oh well, who really cares. But yeah, this is really awesome. It also gets a pretty good ability also for him, which is going to be Lightning Rod. It gets some good stat boosts and all that. You can switch in on Volt switches and whatnot. I think that's a good ability. Boosts special attack, of course. Good stats. I love the typing. It already has Dragon Pulse, so it can do some stuff on the specially offensive side. And then, of course, you can run something like Leaf Storm, Dragon Pulse, and whatnot. I think this thing is going to be pretty good, honestly. And I think it'll definitely be in OU. I don't think it'll go to Ubers, but at least at the very minimum, be in UU. Most likely, they'll be in OU. I think this thing is going to be really good. My favorite Mega Evolution so far. This thing just looks really cool. Has a good design. Has a great ability, has a great typing, and great new typing. And I can't wait to use this thing when we get Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So hopefully, I'll see you guys later. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. If you really liked it, you can go leave a favorite. And if you want to see more content, make sure to leave a subscription. My name is Mova19. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. And yeah, bye-bye.